Welcome to this 60-minute Yin Yoga practice. Today's practice will be specifically designed for pregnancy. We have Elena with us today. How are you doing?
Great, thank you.
Good, amazing. Where are you? How far are you in your pregnancy?
End of second trimester.
Okay, amazing. Anything I should know? Any specifics?
I'm good to go.
Feeling good?
Yes.
Amazing.
Great.
And you practice yourself sometimes, right? So you.
Yes, weekly.
Okay, amazing, beautiful. Perfect. Well, in a practice like today, we won't be going too deep, right? The emphasis for this practice for you is to find comfort, to support the body with the props that we have. We have a lot of blocks today as well to make sure we can really support your body. We have some soft hip openings, which should feel really good for your hips and for your pelvic, can actually help you prepare the body for birth in a beautiful way. But we won't be going very deep into twists. We'll really try to keep it gentle, to not overstay in the poses. But of course, I really encourage you as well to listen to your own body, as I know you do, to move out earlier if you need to adjust the props, whatever you need. Your body knows, your baby knows as well. So just see if there's any changes that you need to make. That's so welcome. And if a pose at any point doesn't feel quite right, just let me know and we can still modify it. We can still make it work. Okay, amazing. Well, we will start in a supported meditation, a throne meditation. Maybe you can just set up this way, but I'll just quickly show you how I would set up the bolster before you go ahead. So we'll use 2 blocks, and then we elevate the bolster onto these 2 blocks, just like that. Yes. And then I invite you to grab the other 2 blocks just for your knees. So you can bring the insides of your feet together. Yeah, exactly. Making sure you're sitting nice and close to the bolster. And then we're supporting the knees. Yeah, there's different heights of the blocks. You can choose your height. Perfect. And then just come down into the bolster here. How does that feel?
Great.
Okay, amazing. So you can either stay here, or if you want to rest your hands on your belly, or one hand on the belly, one hand on the heart, that can also feel nice. I invite you to close your eyes, to soften your eyelids, your face muscles, and your jaw. Release your tongue. Allow your shoulders to release down and away from your ears. And allow your chest to soften, your belly to soften, and your hips to soften. Give yourself a few moments here, simply to arrive in this room, in your body, in this present moment. And just begin by becoming aware of your physical body here in this reclined and this supported position. Feel your feet touching here in this supported hip opening. Feel the clothes on your body, the temperature on your skin. And then begin to find a connection to your breath here. Just begin to notice the incoming breath as it enters your body and the outgoing breath as it leaves your body. Gently allow your breath to deepen here. To slow down. And to anchor you into your body. And then begin to guide your breath here into your belly. Begin to notice the gentle rising and falling of your belly. And the expansion and contraction. Allow your belly to soften here as you breathe into it. Feel these deep, nourishing breaths traveling through your belly into your baby as well. We'll be doing a very simple pranayama here where I'll be guiding you still to breathe through the belly. We won't be holding the breath or anything like that. We don't want to do that during pregnancy. So I'll simply guide your inhale and your exhale. And you can just follow my voice, just follow my guidance. So just breathe out the breath that you are on. And then still breathing through the nose, just inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4 counts. And then exhale through the nose for 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4 counts. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And just stay with this breath for a few more rounds, counting for 4, balancing the inhale and the exhale. Last few rounds. And then after the next exhale, just release this breath. Release any control, any guidance. And just come back to a soft, natural breath. You can guide your awareness now into your chest, into your heart space. Guide your breath as well through the chest, through the heart space. And I invite you here, as you connect to your heart, to set an intention for this practice. A sankalpa. Maybe that is simply to connect to your body and to your baby. Or maybe that intention is to nourish yourself or your baby. Or any other intention that you may have in this present moment. You can set it right here, right now. Plant it like a seed into your heart. And nurture this seed with a few last deep breaths through the heart space. Let's take one more inhale through the nose together. And then exhale through the mouth. When you're ready, you can gently bring your awareness back to the body. Maybe moving the hands, the fingers, the toes. Maybe you want to use your hands just to support your legs, your knees back together. Give your hips a moment to close here and to neutralize. And when you're ready, you can begin to gently press through the palms here, softly lifting your upper body and come back up to a neutral seated position. Amazing. We'll come into a child's pose here, a supported child's pose. So I'll just show you in which ways you can support your body here. We want to open our legs about mat distance apart, just so that you have some space for your belly. And then you can use your bolster here in front of you to rest the chest or just the head down, maybe resting the side of the head down. You could also use some extra props for your hips. Just see how that feels here. Gently opening the hips and then supporting your upper body down. Yeah, the palms can just be on the mat, on the ground, giving you that connection to the earth. Allow your upper body to be supported. Allow your head to be heavy. Give yourself a few moments just to meet your body in this shape. And to invite your breath into this shape. If there's any tension, you can breathe into it. But we want to avoid pain. We want to avoid any shooting, stabbing pain in the knees or the hips here. So really listen to your body. If you need to come out, you can always come out and find a milder expression of this pose. Allow your breath to be your anchor here. To keep you connected to the present moment. And whenever thoughts come your way, you may just feel them washing over you like waves. No need to hold on, no need to attach. Just allowing them to pass by. Knowing that anything that arises has the nature to pass again as well. We're about halfway through the pose, so if you want to change the side of the head that is resting down, just to even out the neck stretch, you can do that. And then again, just stay here with your breath, meeting this moment just as it is. Take your last deep breaths here. When you're ready, gently begin to press through the palms to lift your head and your upper body. You can slowly walk your hands a little bit closer. And then just bring your bolster to the side. Come through a tabletop position here. You can bring your knees underneath the hips. And maybe you just want to find a gentle sway for the hips from side to side, just to release after being in this hip opening for a little while. And then we can also take some soft cat and cows here, just to release for the spine. Probably don't want to arch too far here, so just a gentle inhale, a gentle exhale. Do this a few times. Just notice where your body wants to start. Gentle movement, gentle breaths up and down the spine. Just twice more. And then come back to a neutral position here. You can sink your hips down for one side, and we'll come into a forward fold. We're not taking it all the way into straddle, where we would open the legs very wide. We'll just find an open-legged version of caterpillar. So just opening your legs a little bit wider, so you have a bit of space through the belly here. If your hamstrings are tight, you could have your knees on blocks. This can be a nice support for the hamstrings. You could also sit on a block or a bolster to support the hips. But we definitely want to support our upper body here. So the first option could be just to have the bolster at an angle and then rest the head down, just to make sure you don't go too deep. If you wanted to go a little bit deeper, if that feels good, you could also use your props here in any way. And then maybe support the head down. There's many ways. You're your own architect at the end, so you can just see what feels good. But even if you could, in theory, go further, don't go all the way. Notice where the body stops naturally, where it feels supported without straining the body. We're supporting the head here so that your neck and shoulders don't have to hold your heavy head. Bring your awareness into this shape. Again, invite your breath into this shape. Allow your awareness to travel up and down your spine, and down the legs, down the hips. And just stay here with your breath. Allow each breath to nourish your body and your baby. And use the exhale to breathe out any tension, any densities, anything that you don't need in this present moment. Take your last deep breaths here. When you're ready, gently, slowly begin to lift your head, your upper body. You may want to bring your hands behind you for a moment just to ease out of the hips. Maybe gently moving the legs a little bit, or even finding a gentle lift with the chest. You can bring your blocks, your bolster to the side for a moment. Again, to see if there's any movement that feels good here to release. We will come into a really nice pose that is a bit more on the restorative side. So a really nice supported pose. I'll demonstrate it first. What we'll do is we bring both knees through the right side. Maybe you want to use your front mat here as an alignment help with your right thigh. And then your bolster comes above the right thigh. Again, you can space it a bit away to give more space for the belly or keep it close, whatever feels good. And then we just want to come down over the bolster here. You can adjust the position of the bolster a little bit. You can choose which side of the head to rest down. Yes, exactly. So the right foot on top of the left thigh. And then the bolster on top of the thigh. Does it feel good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Again, the palms can just rest on the ground, relaxing the fingers. Allow your shoulders to release, your upper body to be heavy here. Really feel the support of the bolster and of the ground holding you, supporting you. And then invite your breath into this new shape of the body. Meet the inhale and the exhale. And see if with every exhale, maybe you can sink just a little bit deeper. You can release a little bit more into this shape. So stay with your breath, stay with your exhale. And allow yourself to soften into this pose and into this present moment. Take your last deep breaths here. And when you're ready, you can again gently start just by pressing through the palms to lift your head and your upper body off the bolster. Maybe you want to find a gentle release through the legs, through the hips, just from side to side, like a windshield wiper movement. And then we'll take it straight to the other side. So you can just turn around to align your left thigh with the short side of the bolster. Again, finding 2 triangles of our legs here, exactly. And then once more, just see how you want to adjust the position of the bolster. Choosing which side of the head you wish to rest down. Maybe the side feels a bit different. Just notice that. Notice your breath. And again, invite a sense of heaviness into your body here. Maybe even for a moment, scan your body with your breath. And notice if there's any part of your body that is still holding on to tension. Can you soften through that part of the body as well? Can you release this tension through the bolster, through the ground? Again, each exhale carries you a little bit deeper. Into this pose. take your last deep breaths here. Maybe a final exhale through the mouth, a gentle sigh. And when you're ready, again, you can slowly begin to press up to lift up. And then see if this counter movement of windshield wipers feels good, or if there's any other movement that your body's calling for, asking for. And then once more, just clear your mat here, move the bolster to the side. Not too far away, we will need it soon. And then we'll just come down onto our backs. You can lay down on your back all the way down on the mat, and then just gently lay down on your back. You can draw the legs in gently, whether that's just through the sides to give some space for the belly, or see if there's any other movement, any other position that feels good. We're about to find Savasana, just any final release that your body's calling for. And for your Shavasana, if you don't want to lay on your back, feel free to roll onto your side here. You can have a bolster between the legs if that feels good. There you go. And then just find a comfortable laying position here, like a fetal. Again, allow the eyes to close. The eyelids to soften, the face muscles, and the jaw to soften. There's nothing left to do. Just being here, resting, is enough. Take your last deep breaths here. And then gently bring your awareness back to your body, back into this room, into this present moment. See if you want to move the fingers, the toes, or maybe your head from side to side. Just any gentle movement to reconnect to yourself. And then from here you can gently roll all the way onto one shoulder and slowly find your way into a seated position here. Take your time, maybe still with the eyes closed. You can bring one hand on your belly, one hand onto your heart space. Take some deep breaths through the belly, through the heart space. Send some love, some loving energy through your hands into your body, into your belly, into your baby here. And once more, remind yourself of your intention. Allow this intention to stay with you for the rest of the day, maybe the rest of the week, or much longer than that. And then gently bring your hands into prayer in front of your heart. Just to end this practice in connection to your heart and in connection to each other. Let's end with a shared exhale. Meet me on an inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Thank you so much for sharing this practice. Namaste.